Hello and welcome to another video. And in this video I'm going to be doing a card reading for you. So I've been meditating, getting into the zone of receiving, and I have written up a pre-channeled message, and I'm here to bring that to you. So if you're ready and open to receive, buckle up. Let's get ready. I set the intention for transparency in the reading, the messages, what's going to come through. And I honestly just want to be as open that I can be. And yeah, let's get started. So, as always, I suggest that you... Oh my gosh. I suggest that you pick up some water if you haven't and hydrate yourself, as that is like a very key, important element in the ascension process. This morning, you may be feeling like I was this morning. You may be feeling inclined to clean. I was cleaning my home, my bedroom, just anywhere that there was dust. I was sweeping that up, and that often happens when I am in my Akashic records. I feel the urge to clean, to purify my space. I saged my entire space, and I find that I'm just intuitively guided as to where fear energies may be stored. So trust yourself in your cleaning process, and I suggest you clean, drink some water, and I'll get into the messages. Okay, I'm gonna start reading the messages that came through for the collective. Wow. Okay. Okay, so first I got some messages, both for myself and for the collective. So I'm gonna read these openly, and then I'm gonna show the cards that I pulled. So, is there anything I or the collective need to know? And just know that you're also getting a transmission of energy through these readings, and I will begin. By doing these readings, you are walking your path to self-mastery. You're going towards love and truth and away from fear and disgust, which disgust is an emotion that I tend to experience semi-regularly towards myself or others. You are ever increasingly sensitive as you become more and more a beam of light, a beacon of light. As you purify yourself, you are coming more into your own life, your own alignment. Just like beauty and purity highlight what is negative, unpure, and unaligned. You are having this effect, and it is important not to dim your light, not out of loyalty, not out of friendship or getting along. The greatest gift you can give, even if it may seem harsh or anything like that, the greatest gift you can give is your honesty, your perspective, your truth, delivered with love, delivered with love. This is a much better way of getting along, a much more sincere, convincing way that respects yourself, your truth, your perspective, and others. More and more, you are easily, naturally drowning out the sounds of the ego in others. Naturally, easily, positively. This is something that I have been noticing has just been happening. Like that ability to see through the ego in others. Like the ego sometimes has like this mental chatter. It creates these negative stories that like don't necessarily even need to exist. They don't need form. And yet the mind likes to create stories. And because of this, the ego can create these negative rationalizations for things. It can create doubt and fear just for the sake of having some kind of chatter, something to chew on. And so, more and more, as you become more in tune with yourself, that chatter starts to fade. And you notice in yourself through self-observation, impersonal self-observation, you can start to notice that these thought patterns exist and they arise in you. And so you start to become more quiet in your own mind, and because of that you can start to see when others are being mentally disruptive or getting carried away by an untrue story. Okay, mind that. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's a garbage truck driving past my house, and I paused the video. I feel like it's a sign that these thoughts, this garbage, this mental noise is being cleared out from you by your angelic team. And you are also able to see through the garbage and the trash of all the mental chatter, and you're able to reach more calm, more peace, more equilibrium and silence in your own mind. Except stay in your own inner authority. You are reclaiming or regaining and remembering your own power. This reflects like how in the presence of others you may be feeling this way. Accept it and allow it to die. Your ego is dying. You are remembering information from past lives in Atlantis, Lemuria, and this is coming through you might see visions of this, or you might just get like this felt sense or remembrance. For me, this was a message for me. You may want to do a clearing, a cleansing for this. I might end up doing a cleansing of like grief. I might end up doing that for these like past lives. You are answering the call once again, and your inner masculine is stepping up to be in the world again, relighting your fire and passion. Be sure, follow these passions, have inner strength, inner authority to follow it through with integrity and commit. Fire, power. These were very, very strong vibrations, and just this feeling of cutting through like a hot poker, cutting through things. And 1111, as in speaking that, just slicing through, cutting through all the noise with your own inner strength and fire. This light has this fire in it. And as I go and get to the cards, you'll also start to see that coming through as well. We are all ascending. These were the collective messages. So we are all ascending. You're all rising. There is much coming to the surface for clearing, cleansing. Just like I swept my house, the dust is being removed. It's another spring cleaning. All of the chains, all of the insecurities placed on you artificially by society, these are being obviously shown to you. Your own wounds are being laid open for you so that you may heal. You might also notice your own interactions being very raw and open and revealing to you. You may continually be asked to step up to a new level in that moment of the interaction. Play ball and transmute it in real time. You can retell your stories. You may be noticing this, that you're able to retell like your past in real time and transmute it in real time authentically in your own integrity. You may be more aware of divine timing at play, and this being indicated through synchronicity and your ability to be on time and in tune with your own stories and point of view. You might be realigning yourself to truth, like through your interactions in those moments, through your connection, like your eye gate connection with others as well. Like a lot could be coming up for you and for the other person, and it's this interplay of that energy, because there's so much energy that's conveyed through the eyes. I feel like so much is not even verbal. It's coming through the eyes. And energetically, you can receive or transmit. You might be realigning yourself to truth. Love and truth. 1414. Love and truth. You could also find this is happening in specific divine encounters. For example, you may be met with someone who is able to see through you, and in some senses, you can see through them. I know this has been happening for me. It's been really transformative, being very, very crazy. This mirrored effect. Like 144 on the timer, 1441. For example, you maybe met with someone who was able to see through you. Oh, yes. You both illuminate things in the other, and there's this purification happening because of a mutual pursuit of divinity. And when I say divinity, whether you call it this or not, it essentially just means you're meeting for the sake of purity, for the sake of, like, you know, the pursuit of truth, essentially. And you may be meeting with like-minded and like-hearted soulmate connections, and these are mutually opening your eyes. This is coming, and by the way, when you see the cards that I pulled, you're gonna be like, oh, this is a channeling, so this is for real, okay? 555. This is for real. So this is coming due to the mutual level of healing. You've grounded yourself and are sure of your eternal worth. And these connections, which are stronger and more transformative, are arriving. You know how to pace yourself now. You know, you're grounded in yourself. And you believe in yourself. And remember that the belief comes first. And it's not just a belief, it's a knowing. It's a knowing. Like, I've just been thinking back to the first moment where I stepped out and I was like, no, I know, beyond reason, I know, I feel it, that this is true for me, that this is who I am. And then it gets confirmed. Your belief. The belief is the leap. That's the leap. I've been feeling, and then I also thought to mention, I've been feeling my throat a lot lately, especially as I was talking about the, writing about the divine connections, or meetings, and it could be multiple, I've been noticing that it's multiples, even if there's more that are one or a few that are more strongly present, or one in particular for me at this moment in time. I also like to mention I've been feeling some anxieties a lot coming up, and noticing that connection with the mind and how the mind can kind of be rooted in this sort of anxiety sometimes. So, all this to say, you also might be feeling this. You also may be feeling this as part of this collective. You also might be feeling your throat. As it opens, you may be experiencing or feeling some grief or fear, which that's what I wrote, and it relates to the anxiety. Allow it. Rest. Oh my God, rest. Oh my God. And this is basically the cards I pulled now, but rest. Sometimes it's almost like I forget sometimes to rest because it's the anxiety coming up, and it kind of can trick you into thinking that this constant activity, this constant motion, that's somehow getting you somewhere. And that rest is no longer fruitful, but you can pace yourself. 1919, there is nothing really in this world that is that urgent, that is that much of a rush. If you have this eternal perspective, with this eternal perspective, I feel so blessed for time. I feel so old and so young at the same time, with this perspective that you are eternal. You are eternal. And so allow that rest and balance it with activity, balance it with expanding yourself outward, learning, transmuting, coming inward, learning, transmuting. You're a student of earth, and the student is the teacher. The student is the teacher, okay? What does this mean? What does this mean, you might ask? Well, because you're constantly learning. Because you're constantly learning, then it's more playful. This if you stop learning, how can you be involved in the learning process, It's because of the lessons that you've learned that you can teach. So, the student is the teacher. Student becomes the teacher. The student is the teacher. And we're all teachers and we're all students, And 21, you're like an eternal student, You're like a... Anyway, whew. Okay, now we'll get into the cards that I pulled earlier. And it's wild because I feel like they literally reflected the channeling that I'd done 1:44 on the clock prior. It's wild. Okay, so first up, I got the sun. The sun in the upright position. And when I pulled this, I was writing this down. Immediately I looked into the face of the sun, and it was just so radiant to me. And this to me represented the heart fire that you're cultivating. This piercing fire energy that you're cultivating, which just pierces through any untruth, any illusion. It's unveiling illusions. It's so radiant. And I also wrote positivity. You're like it's positive, joyful. This card, it's like you're trailblazing. The sunflowers, it's hopeful. It's new. It's awakened. It's new. It's a new beginning, a new cycle, and it's like welcoming. You're like, it's warm and welcoming and safe, and explorative. And I was getting this white fire, this feeling of like white flames and white fire, and that's her energy right now. And it's you. It is you. You best believe that this is you. You can take responsibility and claim this. This is really you. Believe it. Believe it. It's due to you. Be bold. Be bold in this energy. This is you. Be bold in who you are. Because you are unveiled. And you're ready. You're ready for this. Joyful new beginning. It's for you. It's a new you. And it's created by you. You know you created this, right? You know you did. And I know that you have a level of consciousness to where you can be empowered by that message. Because, it's important to see that message as empowering. At other times, if you get that message, it might be disempowering. Like if you're at a very low level of consciousness, it's important to realize that we also are programmed by our subconscious. But at this moment, at this point in your evolution, you create, you create, you create, you create, you create, you know you created this, you know you're a soul here. And all the awe and wonder that has brought you to this point it's yours. Okay, so the other thing, I just honestly, I just feel like that's so important. It's something like a download that's been coming through for me, like me just remembering and realizing that, oh yeah, like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, like, all right, I did, I believe in myself, I believe in myself, and that is why I'm here, because I believed that I could do this. So yeah, take it. This came up in reverse. So this is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. When I first saw this, what came to mind for me was like, okay, boons. Like, first of all, in a garden, surrounded by pentacles. It's a feminine card, this is feminine energy. Like divine feminine energy. This is raw vulnerability, okay? This is tranquility, this is peace. And then upside down, in the reverse, it kind of gave me, it's encouraging you to be open to receive these boons. It's encouraging you to be open, because you're surrounded right now by love, by blessings. Look at there's so many keys on her robe. I know it's feminine, I think that's the female symbol on the robe, but I think it also means like it's encouraging you to be open, to receive, and yeah. The Empress also came to mind. I've been feeling the Empress energy lately a lot, which the Empress, she is like very feminine, and she's empowered, and she knows like her worth and value, and she sits in that, and she's very like open to receiving. And the snail as well here kind of popped out. I don't know if maybe won't focus on that. But there's a snail right here. And like that to me, it was just sort of like a symbol of, oh yeah, you don't need to rush. Like, pace yourself. Rest. A snail's pace. Like, pace yourself. And these are things that I've already said earlier that I channeled prior to pulling the cards. And this is amazing. So the last one that came through relates to the final point in the channeling, which was unions, divine meetings, orchestrated meetings, and that you're ready for these things. To me, it was an alchemical card, and it also represents healing. Archangel Raphael has this symbol of the caduceus, which that's what this healing staff is. It's the caduceus, which is like the medical symbol, which is also the symbol of Hermes. And, it relates to taking flight, messages, verbal kind of communication. And that kind of all kind of culminates in relating to what I was talking about earlier with like the meetings and transmuting your story and energy through these meetings that you're having. Whew. Whoa, to me that's a little bit like I'm feeling really excited. Really excited. It's also a little overwhelming. So another reason to pace yourself and trust yourself that you are doing this, as exciting as that might be, that you are supported and guided, and you are, like, just open your eyes. There's always signs. So when I looked up the meaning of this, it means equal healing exchange, like equal give and take, Also, what came up was home is where the heart is as well. This card to me is quite gentle. It's quite tender. Like if you look at this guy's like putting his hand on her arm, like they're exchanging cups, which is like emotional energy. And yeah, it's alchemical, it's mixing the two. The lion here, again, be bold. Could be Leo energy, which in Vedic terms, I have Leo energy. I'm like, could also be calling you to leadership, a leadership position or a leadership role, because inadvertently, whether or not you like it, whether or not you're comfortable with it, because you may be used to sitting in the back, so being more of a background kind of person, observer, you are a leader. you are a leader. Like energetically, like we're getting this message earlier of you being a trailblazer, and that's also something that I'm coming to terms with. 111, my own sovereignty. And yeah, you've done the work if you're watching this, or you're still in the process. And you don't need a rush. Don't need a rush. So 144. I've been seeing that number a heck of a lot. A heck of a lot. I don't know that I've ever seen this number that much, like through such a short span of time. I've been seeing it everywhere. Every time I look at the clock, it says like 144, 1144. It's really intense. Like, anyways, that's pretty much the message. Like, it's also like spring or April, I think is also another thing. This just reminded me of that through my own like personal association with symbols. And then there's also balance of masculine and feminine. I don't know if you notice that in their outfits, it's very not androgynous. They're still very clearly masculine, feminine, whereas is more traditional robe, which is more masculine. And he's literally wearing like flowers and a flower crown. It's like a balance. This card is very balanced, harmonious. So yeah, that was the card pull. And yeah, things may be coming to the surface. Maybe things feeling a bit shaken up. So remember that your worth is not dictated by your work. Allow yourself to rest. 333, it's not dictated by your work. Follow your joy. Don't do unaligned work. Follow your joy, and don't overwork yourself. I'm also a generator in like human design, if you know that system. So that could also be another reason why I'm saying, follow your joy, which is like a cliche of that human design, if you don't know. Honestly, best advice. If you don't know your human design, I recommend looking into that a little bit. And yeah, and then it goes into like mutual attraction, unified like love, and 3434, which that number connects me to my childhood. So yeah. Anyways, 444. Wow. Am I just like a synchronicity number machine today. Yeah, and I like it. I like it. I am your synchronicity number receptionist today. Dial me up. Put me on speed dial. My number is to the 4, to the 5, to the 6. That's my number. Ascension. Okay. Anyways, I'll pull one more card just to get a message from the fairies and see what they want to say to you today. What to do? I do believe in fairies. I do believe in fairies. I do. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. I don't know that I've ever pulled this one, but it says peace of mind. Peace of mind. And it's so green. Beautiful. Okay. I will get the guidebook for this one because I don't know where, what it means. 1 second. Okay, so this is from the Fairy Oracle Guidebook by Doreen Virtue, PhD. Card meaning. Make peacefulness your highest priority. Commit to taking steps to ensure peace of mind and take those steps without delay. Peace of mind isn't something you have to earn. Oh my god. This is like, or acquire. This really aligns. Since your true self is already peaceful. Oh my god. Instead, it requires being like a sculptor, like Michelangelo, with a block of marble, who made the statue of David, who works with this material until the inner masterpiece is revealed. If you're able to make peace of mind your main focus, you'll inevitably feel a great sense of relief. Oh my god. Steps that create peace of mind include, let's see what include being honest with yourself. Truth. Living according to your inner guidance, being helpful and kind to others, practicing meditation or yoga, eating only healthful foods, avoiding toxins, maintaining healthy sleeping habits, avoiding negative people and media. Ooh, that's a good one. Surrendering your problems to God, communing with nature, simplifying your life, and saying no when you need to. Wow. Oh my god, wow. This is the line to the reading, like to a T. Oh my god. Okay, and the affirmation states, by the way, I hope that my ASMR voice has been like, appropriate. I feel like I'll read the affirmation like this. My mind is now peaceful, and I know that all of my needs are automatically taken care of. I can rest easily, assured that all is well. Okay. So, let me know what's up with you. Let me know. Thank you so much. Thank you. And go in peace. go in light, go in love. Many, many blessings. And yeah, go peace out.